tell us more what the Credit Surety Fund program is all about and the advocacies of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Let me invite on stage the Chairman of the Monetary Board and the Governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the Honorable Amando M. Titanco Jr. Let's give him a very big, warm applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not easy to set up and organize multi-sectoral programs, much less have it ready for launching in just a couple of months. But this is exactly what Metro Cebu accomplished. This happened simply because there was an immediate meeting of the minds. You shared the same vision, the same aspiration to tap the full potential of micro, small, and medium enterprises, the backbone of our economy, by giving them access to credit. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let us acknowledge the leaders behind the creation of the Metro Cebu CSF, starting with the Mayor of Cebu City, the Honorable Tomas Osmeña, who I understand is on his way, the Vice Mayor of Cebu City, the Honorable Michael Rama, the Chairperson of the Cooperative Development Authority, the Honorable Lesira Juarez, Mr. Francisco Fernandez, the Chairman of the Interim Oversight Committee of Metro Cebu CSF, and the Chairperson of the Development Bank of the Philippines, Secretary Pat Santo Tomas. Let us thank them for providing decisive leadership that has led to the launching today of Metro Cebu CSF. This is the 11th CSF organized in just over a year. The first two are in Cavite and Aurora provinces, both in Luzon. 4 are in Mindanao, in Compostela Valley, Davao del Norte, Davao Oriental, and North Cotabato, while Visayas has 5, in Bohol, Negros Oriental, Negros Occidental, Iloilo City, and now in Cebu City. Of the 11 that are now in place, it is the Metro Cebu CSF that has the distinction of having the biggest CSF, with combined contributions of about 30 million pesos. This tells us that Cebu City is truly committed to support its many MSMEs through the CSF program. And why not? Cebu remains the undisputed Queen City of the South that is home to a broad range of world-class entrepreneurs. Under the CSF program, which was developed by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, a fund is created from contributions of well-managed cooperatives with counterpart contributions from the provincial government and donor institutions, provincial or city governments and donor institutions. The fund then provides the surety cover that guarantees payment of bank loans of MSMEs that are members of the cooperative. With repayment to its loans assured by the surety fund, banks are encouraged to lend even to MSMEs that have no collateral. And as a further incentive, banks can rediscount CSF loans with the Bangko Sentral. Indeed, the CSF program can provide the momentum for sustaining the operations and the expansion of micro, small, and medium enterprises in Cebu City. On a consolidated basis, the first 10 surety funds that have been set up ahead of Cebu City have accumulated roughly 120 million pesos in surety cover. From this, 20 million in loans have been approved and released, while loans equivalent to 36 million pesos are being processed. It is interesting to note that the highest loan approval for one single borrower is 10 million pesos, while other borrowers fall below 1 million pesos, the lowest being 300,000 pesos. This tells us that credit under the CSF is being used by a broad range of borrowers, and this is a good sign. Nevertheless, the sustainability and continuity of the program will depend largely on the degree of cooperation and collaboration among the stakeholders of the program. At the end of the day, it is the partnership between the local government and the private sector that will sustain the growth of the Metro Cebu Credit Surety Fund. We're happy, therefore, to see such enthusiastic support from the stakeholders of Metro Cebu CSF, from Mayor Osmeña and Vice Mayor Rama to the 16 member cooperatives that contributed over 12 million to the fund, to DBP Chairperson Pat Santo Tomas, representing the donors, and the Industrial Guarantee Loan Fund CEO Benedicto Ernesto Bitonio Jr. We also see our partners in the banking sector who have been providing support to the fund by reducing credit costs and simplifying documentary requirements. On our part, the Bangko Sentral has been implementing a series of moves to provide better access to credit parallel to the CSF program. Among others, the Bangko Sentral has cut interest rates by a total of 200 basis points since December 2008. In the process, we have brought down borrowing costs, reduced financial burdens on firms, and shored up business and consumer confidence. We've also liberalized the rules governing our rediscounting facility. For instance, we have increased the budget for rediscounting from 20 billion pesos to 60 billion pesos to ensure ample liquidity even in the face of the continuing global financial turmoil. And just last week, we raised our rediscounting budget by another 5 billion pesos to assist MSMEs distressed by the recent calamities. The objective of such liberalization moves is to provide banks access to more funds which they can relend to their customers. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas continues to provide an environment that promotes access to credit. Credit that sustains economic activities that generate jobs throughout the country. Credit for big business, credit for micro, small, and medium enterprises. And under the Metro Cebu CSF, credit that empowers deserving entrepreneurs who have no collaterals. Once again, on behalf of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, I thank all of you who helped organize the Metro Cebu CSF. It's our fervent hope that the CSF will spur us to create more economic opportunities that will further strengthen Cebu City and by extension, the whole country. Mabuhay ang Cebu City, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.